Welcome to another RSR. Tonight, I'm reviewing Argentina 2, Mexico 0 in FIFA World Cup 2022 Group C. Argentina stays alive. Mexico still alive, but needs a little bit of help and a win in match day 3. 2-0 Argentina contra Mexico. FIFA Copa Mundial 2022 Grupo C. Reaction. Goals are scored as follows. 0-0 at the half. 0-0. Miedo tiempo. When it comes to the half, here's what happened. Mexico defends well. They stymie Argentina. They put themselves in a low block and try to hit on the counter. That's what they do most of the game until the goals are scored. But first half, they sit in that block. They hope to make Argentina pay on the counter. But the only reason this really worked to perfection was because Argentina was super nervous. Because they knew if they lost, they would be eliminated from the World Cup way earlier than they expected or wanted to be eliminated from the World Cup. They wanted to do this for Messi. They wanted to win this for Messi. They were so focused on winning this, they were nervous because they didn't want to knock out Messi from his final World Cup. And I think they knew the reaction from other people as well had that happened. So they were very nervous in this game. They were very nervous. They were not limber. They were not loose while being focused. They were very, very nervous about the football they were playing. They were scared that Mexico would hit them on the counter and make them pay, which they did get close to. A free kick by Alexi Vega was the best chance of the half, curling in and big save from Emi Martinez. But if that save wasn't made, Mexico would have been up 1-0 at the half. And frankly, they kind of deserved it at that point. They were defending really well. They had a perfect game plan at that point. Argentina, they were closing down Argentina. They weren't really letting them get anything out. No really good skills, no really good crosses. Nothing in that match was really good from Argentina in that first half. They were not growing into the match. They were staying very stagnant in that football, the way they were playing the football in the first half. It was really weird to see, frankly. It was really weird to see. Argentina was motivationally and emotionally nervous. It's the most nervous I've ever seen a team play a game. Like they had to be loose, and they just were not loose. But that at the half, it ends up 0-0, 0-0. But in the second half, the goals start pouring in. Again, the first 15 minutes of the second half, Mexico sticks with the same game plan. It works to a certain extent. But one time, Mexico does not close down their man. It goes to Lionel Messi on a cutback at the top of the box. And, well, what do you expect in a World Cup game when he has to do it himself? They don't close him down. He puts it low. Rockets it into the net past Guillermo Ochoa. Low and in the 65th minute, Lionel Messi with a golazo. Basically a solo effort besides the layoff, but he's basically like, I got to do this myself. I got to put us up myself. And he does. He leads by example. Golazo into the bottom of the net. Rocket. 1-0. 1-0. Lionel Messi. 1-0 Argentina. Easy as you like. Of course he makes it look easy. He's Lionel Messi. Then in the 87th minute, ball played in off a short corner right to Enzo Fernandez. And he pushes off Gutierrez. When he finds an open space and jukes Gutierrez, he curls it in, top bins past Ochoa. A banger of a goal to seal it for Argentina late on. A curler into the top. After juking the defender, Gutierrez out, has room, takes that shot at the snap of a finger, curls that in, top bins. Beautiful goal. 87th minute, golazo as well. As I said, leading by example, Lionel Messi. 2-0, Argentina, 2-0, 87th minute. That's the way it would end. And after that Messi goal, Argentina just dominated this game. They could have scored more than twice at that point. In 30 minutes, they could have scored more than twice. Mexico gave up. They stopped parking the bus. They're like, We have to go get a goal at least to help us in the third match, even if we do lose tonight. They had to get that goal for the goal differential, and they did not get it. They're going to have to hope for a miracle to get through the group. If they beat Saudi Arabia and Argentina beats Poland, they have to hope for a miracle and a aggregate win of like 4, frankly. And I will be doing the math in my head when I'm live for the Mexico-Saudi Arabia game in the third match day. But they went for the goal, and they did absolutely nothing. They had a couple of chances, but there was nothing there. Stats are as follows. 5 shots to 4, 2 shots on goal to 1, 58% possession to 42% possession, 528 passes to 370, 87% pass accuracy to 77, 19 fouls, or 15 fouls to 19, 2 offside to 4, 1 yellow card to 4, 0 red cards to 0, 4 corners to 2. The thing that gets me is how different the two halves were for Mexico. Mexico legitimately had an amazing first half. Defensively, mostly, but still it was an amazing first half. They played a perfect game of football. They closed down. They made the right runs defensively to counteract Argentina's offense, holding the ball for 60% of possession. I thought they had this. I thought that was actually a perfect tactical setup by Tata Martino. I thought they may actually pull off a draw, if not a win, late on. No. The second half starts. They look a little bit shaky, but they still defend well up until Messi getting the ball. They don't close down Lionel Messi. Which, are you stupid or are you dumb? Were you born yesterday? Because why not close down Lionel Messi, one of the best players in the world? All time and right now. You don't close him down? You don't close him down. One of the two GOATs. I'll admit it. One of the two GOATs. Ronaldo's still better, but you don't close down Lionel Messi. You got what you deserved. Banger of a goal. That's exactly where it started falling apart for Mexico, because Argentina got much better as that second half started to go on. Around the 55th minute, 60th minute, they really started to get into a groove, and I think they started to work off that nervousness because they thought, at best, we're going to draw, or at worst, we're going to draw. At best, we will win this game. And I think they knew that in the end, they would find a way to win that game. Whether it was Messi doing it himself, they do some for Messi, they knew. In the end, they would get it done. They would find a way to win, or at least stay alive, draw. They didn't feel like a loss was coming in the second half. I think the mentality flipped. I think hopefully Scaloni's team talk was what did it. And there was also a lot of good substitutions by Scaloni leading up to the moment of the goal, which those are substitutions that needed to be made, because the players that he took off did not show up in the first half, whether it was because Mexico was playing the way they did or they just did not play well. Either way, and it could be a mixture of both, but either way, Scaloni said, I'm going to take you off. You're not performing well. And those substitutions led to a better performance in the second half as well, because that new blood was not as nervous as the old blood in the first half. Sometimes you got to replenish, and they did. And that's what really started Argentina to go forward and swing that pendulum into their end completely. With that being said, the second half was just an absolute... Mexico just waved the white flag. Even though they tried to get a goal to help themselves for match day 3, they just waved the white flag. I don't think I've ever seen something to that level where they're like, yeah, we'll just wave the white flag. You know, we're not better than them. We're not as good as them. Man to man, player to player, system to system. We can't do it. And yeah, they had a couple of chances. I thought they could have easily at least got a goal to save them and put them in a position as to where they could have a better situation against Saudi Arabia. So the aggregate score of Argentina win over Poland and a Mexico win over Saudi Arabia had to be less to get out of the group. But at this point, 2-0. Luckily, it wasn't 3, because if it was 3-0, I'd say it right now, Mexico's not going to get out of the group. I'm leaning towards you're not. I'm leaning towards you won't score enough goals and Argentina won't smack Poland hard enough to get you to finish second, because you have to win. I think Argentina beats Poland. I don't think they win 2 or 3-0, and I don't think you beat Saudi Arabia 2 or 3-0. It's going to be tough. I think it's, as said, Argentina, Poland 1-2 at the start of the group stage, before the group stage started, a couple of days before, a day before. I think we got to go with it. I think I was right, because Mexico hasn't scored a goal yet at this World Cup. They haven't. I think they do score against Saudi, but that says more about Saudi than Mexico. And if Mexico goes to the round of 16, I don't think they want out of the group. Because if they get out of the group, that would be France. That would be, if I'm correct, that would be France. You would get your ass kicked. Look at Australia. And Australia actually might just be better than Mexico right now, frankly. I told you Poland would be a stumbling block. I said it since freaking April. Poland would be... I felt like they had a better chance to get out of the group, seeing the way Mexico performed during CONCACAF qualifying in the past couple of months, and as well during the Nations League and friendlies and all that. I saw what I saw. And I don't think I needed to change that thought. I think Poland definitely is the better team. So there's got to be a miracle for Mexico, and do they get it? I'm not completely sure. I know Argentina will beat Poland. I think they will. I don't think Poland goes out and wins against Argentina. Yes, there could be a draw, but I think Argentina is good enough to beat Poland. I think this is really going to bounce them up. They're going to play loose. They know they're at least finishing second, knowing that Mexico, well, no, if Saudi Arabia wins, they would be out, wouldn't they? Even if they lose, yeah, they would be out. But I think they'll play more loose, knowing they're in a position to at least finish second and be in the catbird seat for that. So Mexico... And hell, they're also a possibility to be first. If they win the group, if they win against Poland, they're first. They're, honestly, with their talent, Argentina's in the catbird seat. It just doesn't go south. But then again, it did against Saudi Arabia, but I think that was with 5 offside goals all being taken away, they really should have smacked Saudi Arabia. Technically, they did. It just didn't end up going their way. So, with that being said, Are they really that much of a joke? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I think Poland will be a lot more open. So I think they will be Poland. I don't think Poland will park the bus. I think Poland feels comfortable about getting out of the group. Again, if Saudi wins, Poland would be out. And Argentina wins, Argentina and Saudi would go through, which would be crazy. But I didn't expect that. But I think Poland feels comfortable as well. I think. So... with that being said, for me, Mexico, you're in trouble. It was not a good match there on the night. Could have been better. Good defensive play up until it wasn't good. And Argentina showed out their quality in the last 30 minutes. And Messi's World Cup dream is still alive. And I think they're in the catbird seat right now. Mexico, soul searching is needed before the Saudi game and after the World Cup. Even if you do get to the group knockout stage. Because you're going to get knocked out in the round of 16. Quinto partido is still going to count. You're not getting there. Because if you beat France after this lackluster performance in the group, if you do somehow get out, I will legitimately be absolutely shocked. This is it. It's either match day 3 or in the round of 16. You're only playing, if you're lucky, you're playing 2 more matches in the World Cup. If you're lucky. I don't think you will be. So with that being said, if you like this video, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. Tomorrow, of course, I will see you for a live watch along and review of Canada versus Croatia. Or Croatia versus Canada. Canada has to win, and if they don't, their World Cup dreams are most likely over. With that being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.